Hey everyone, it's Carrie, and I'm going to talk about milestones in terms of transition and in terms of life. And it's been on my mind quite a bit, probably because of the time of year. So last week was my very last day at my internship site with all of the students and then all of the faculty and such. It was like graduation rehearsal, all those kids that graduated. I turned in my last major paper this week. Even though I still have 2 weeks of class left, like that was my last big thing to do. Then I will be graduating. All of my like graduation fancy regalia stuff started to arrive last week. Like this fancy little tassel. And just lots of big life type things happening. But at the same time, like today, which is just June 1st, the day I'm recording this, because I'm going to Colorado for the weekend for a wedding. But anyway, focus. So today I am exactly 11 weeks on T and I am exactly 10 months post-op. And so we kind of measure these milestones as genderqueer people or trans people or whatnot in our transition. Whether it's waiting to start something, getting surgery, getting on hormones, changing your name, changing a gender marker. And then once it happens, we tend to mark all of the time since and talk about it in terms of like milestones and accomplishments, which is not a bad thing. It's definitely stuff to be proud of, but I think sometimes it can get in the way a little bit of letting us really celebrate other milestones in our life, right? Like say you are someone who just graduated from high school, but maybe you are not out or you haven't been able to legally change your name or something. And so there's like a little bit of bittersweetness there because it's like, yeah, you graduated, but then they said someone else's name when you walked across the stage or something. Or just, I don't know, I just think there's things in life that are these huge milestones and they're really important and they're as important to who we are as our gender identity and all of the transition stuff associated with it. But sometimes we don't treat it that way. Obviously the point of this channel is to talk about being a non-binary adult. So that's mostly what I talk about on this channel, but it's clearly, I also talk about being in grad school all the time. Because there are other things going on in my life and there are other things going on in your life. And it doesn't have to be school related. It could be that you just moved into your first apartment or bought your first house or had a kid, or maybe you're some type of artist and you had your first art showing or a really successful art showing, or you're a writer and you just like wrote your first novel to send out or something. There are other milestones in life and I don't know that we give them the same weight sometimes as we do with our transition. So I have an app that keeps track of how many days since stuff has happened, but I do that with my transition, but I don't do that with like how many days since I graduated from college or I'm going to graduate from grad school. Although I do have a countdown until I graduate, but I don't know. I think it's just, there's not really a whole lot to say about this other than I want to acknowledge that it's a thing that happens and I would like for people to recognize that there is much more to you than just being trans, genderqueer, non-binary, what have you. Like, yeah, that's a part of you and it's a very important part of you. And again, like absolutely celebrate those milestones. They are a big deal and it does take work to get there a lot of times, but don't not celebrate all of the other great things in your life and all of the other great milestones. And oh, there's a ton of stuff behind me. Gross. Okay. I was not there this morning when I left. Yeah, celebrate all of the important things you're doing in your life beyond just being trans. And you'll be able to look back and say, like, not only did I do this great thing, whether it's like, for me, I'm finishing grad school, but I kind of started all of my transition stuff at the same time. And it's like, wow, I did both of those really big important things and they're both very important to who I am, but they both deserve recognition, right? I'm just repeating myself, I know, but I don't know that, I don't know, I think that oftentimes we get so caught up in everything being about our transition and getting to those points in our transition that we kind of put blinders on and it's hard to see the bigger picture or how other important events in life, like there are other accomplishments and there are other things that you should be proud of about yourself. So that's it. I'm gonna go clean up that mess, and I hope you have a great day. I'm flying out to Colorado in like the middle of the night tonight, basically. Well, like super early tomorrow morning for a wedding, and I've never been to Colorado, so that'll be really fun. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.